What's going on, guys? It's your boy Herb G, back at you again with another video. And today I gotta bring it up. It was something that Andrei Jikh said in his video. Andre, if you're watching, you're welcome, right? In his video that he did, he gave his explanation about Bitcoin as something that we're not gonna sell. So his vision was, or his views on it is that, in a couple years, whenever it gets regulated, there's a problem with Bitcoin. And the problem is, once you have it and you know that it's going to go up in value, once people know about it, people buy into it, it gets regulated or what have you. Once we know how great it is and how the value goes up in time, we're not going to want to sell it. He's okay with inflation and using the dollar. First off, for me, we don't want to sell. That's the whole point about it. My thing is this. You believe in a dollar, that's cool. This is my take. One day, we're all going to be able to use crypto alongside the dollar. But one day, the dollar is going to collapse. We all know this. And then there's going to be Fed coin. So, I mean, if you really think about it, what's the point of the dollar anyway? Because, I mean, outside of the people who are in debt, outside of the countries who owe money, they're just going to transfer it into a Fed coin anyway, right? And so, as long as we're still on this U.S. standard, this U.S. dollar standard, it will never go away. I can agree with that. I think we all can agree the dollar is never going to go away, whether it's transferred into Fed coin or not, right? But there's something that I mentioned in my last video that I'm going to mention again, is that you borrow against it. So we don't have to sell. So that's my thing. It's like, yeah, we don't want to sell, but we don't have to sell. We don't have to sell because we can borrow the dollars to use for our own convenience, to have for our everyday expenses. I'm not arguing that the dollar is not king or that it's not going away, because it's not going to go away. I agree. But that doesn't mean that I have to sell my Bitcoin to gain dollars. I can just borrow against it to do whatever I need to do. And that's what I don't think a lot of people are taking into consideration. It's like, yeah, we can't have our own money because nobody's going to be comfortable with spending it. I kind of disagree with that. And I will add, yes, we will never sell. Bitcoiners are never going to sell, right? But that's only because we're not on a Bitcoin standard. Now, look, follow me here. By some miracle, if we become on a Bitcoin standard, then we have no choice but to use Bitcoin in exchange. So technically, we would have to sell some of our Bitcoin or just use it at different vendors and different restaurants and businesses as commerce. So either way it goes, we're either going to, it's still going to benefit us. So we're not on a Bitcoin standard, we're not on a crypto standard. You know what I'm saying? It's not legal tender. That's cool. I have Bitcoin. The dollar's going down. Each year it loses value. Okay, whatever. As long as I don't need like a medical procedure done, if my everyday expenses is only $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, I'm gonna use the dollars to pay for those things. If I don't have those dollars and I have like, a good amount of crypto, and that's all I have, because that's where we're trying to go. We're not trying to use banks anymore, and eventually banks are gonna go away, but that's a different topic. I can just borrow against my crypto to use for my everyday expenses. And doing so, I will have more time to pay it back because it's up to me. I can choose between 6 months to a year. I'll have less APR to pay back, so less interest to pay when I am paying back the loan. And it gets to me quicker. It gets to me within 24 hours within the stable coin, and I want to say 3 to 5 days within if you wanted it to be in US dollars. So it's kind of still really a no-brainer that crypto is here to stay. We can all agree on that, I believe. We can all agree on that because there's millionaires that have done it, that have used their money to their advantage to become wealthy, right? So, yeah, the dollar's not going away, and yeah, you believe in the dollar, okay, it builds economies, or it's better for businesses. It's very accessible and easy when it comes to capital and starting businesses and stuff like that. I agree, and it's just more of it's just the better option because it's not as volatile as crypto. Okay, so it's not going away. Got it. That's fine. But we believe in crypto, and the Fed obviously is is pulling up their pants. I'm not going to say that they're literally, jumping for joy to start a Fed coin, but they have no choice but to start a Fed coin. I mean, I think everybody can agree with that, right? So if we don't want to use the Fed coin because it takes all our privacies away, it takes all our freedoms away, we would want something that gives us our privacy and gives us our freedom and that can't be manipulated, right? And that's Bitcoin, because no one owns Bitcoin. Once you invest, once you buy into it, you own your own money, you can spend your own money, and it has a fixed supply. It's all on a timeline of maps and code within its blockchain, within its currency when it first started back in 2009. And whoever Satoshi Nakamoto is, he's a genius, or she's a genius, or they are a genius. Because it's the best way, it's our best shot at using new money, at creating our own money for the people. And so with that, if the world doesn't agree or is scared or doesn't want to be overcome with crypto because it's too volatile, or it's just something that they're not used to or they can't get used to, and with the taxes and everything, how you're going to tax something that goes up and down in value every single day, even up to the minute, maybe even seconds. I get it. If they don't want to do that, it's just going to run alongside the dollar, which is cool. That doesn't mean I have to use the dollar. That's why we borrow against it. And for some miracle, like I said earlier, if we can go into a Bitcoin standard or crypto standard, whatever you want to call it, then okay, then we're good. We can use Bitcoin to our advantage in everyday purchases that we can do and everyday transactions online with Web3 at that point, because then the crypto has taken over the money system and we don't have to use the dollar anymore. Unfortunately, there's going to be some people that are going to miss out on that because they got in late, or because they just don't have their finances in order, or they just never believed in crypto. And that's the people who are going to be left behind, because they're going to only be able to use the Fed coin or whatever cryptocurrency that the Fed uses to integrate the US dollar. We're going into a reset and everything is going digital. So our money is the number one top priority to go digital. And so we're going to be using digital forms of money within these next, I can't call it. But like I always say, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't recommend or I can't advise you to invest in anything. So take it with a grain of salt. I just wanted to respond to Andrei Jikh. I love him. I've watched him for maybe a year or two now. And I like him for the most part. You go ahead and take a look at him. Let me know how you think about him. Let me know what you think about his videos. I love his videos and everything. It's just some things he says I'm like, okay, that's cool, but you know what I mean? That's kind of how I am. Oh, that's cool, but XYZ. So with that being said, guys, I know this one was a little bit longer than I expected. I appreciate you guys watching. If you're still here, my phone's about to die. But give this video a like, comment, or subscription if you can. I have to say it because, you know, with YouTube and the algorithm, it does recommend more videos that have more interaction and puts me into the faces of new users who needs this information, like you, and who want to know more about crypto and Bitcoin specifically. All right, so I appreciate you guys watching. You know, I love you guys, and hey, y'all know all this is in the future. Everything I'm saying is in the future. So hey, why not make it your present? All right, guys. So I'll talk to y'all later.